Let me tell you something that could very well change how you look at one of the most beloved and praised fruits in your kitchen. Lemon. That bright yellow fruit sitting quietly in your fruit basket holds within it an extraordinary power. But like all powerful things, it must be used with care, especially as we age. I've spent decades guiding patients through the maze of nutrition and aging, and one thing I've seen again and again is how even something as seemingly harmless as lemon can cause unexpected harm when mixed with the wrong foods. The purpose of this conversation is not to scare you. It is to empower you. Because knowledge, especially when it comes to health, is everything. Lemon is often seen as a miracle, and rightly so. Its juice is rich in vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that boosts immunity. It helps the body absorb iron from plant-based sources. It improves digestion. It even has mild detoxifying effects on the liver. For seniors, these benefits are especially important. Our bodies become less efficient with age. What we absorb, what we metabolize, how we handle oxidative stress, it all changes. And that's why what we combine with foods like lemon becomes even more critical. When I say, never mix lemon with these three foods, it's not a dramatic warning. It's a careful, reasoned guidance grounded in research and decades of clinical experience. The first food that should never be mixed with lemon is milk. Now, many seniors still enjoy milk in the morning or at night. It's comforting. It brings back memories. Some drink it for calcium and bone strength. But if you are also taking lemon water or squeezing lemon into your tea or meals around the same time, I want you to listen closely. Lemon juice is highly acidic. Milk, on the other hand, is a protein-rich liquid containing casein. When acid from lemon meets the proteins in milk in your stomach, or even before it reaches your stomach, it causes immediate coagulation. The proteins curdle. This is not the same as the gentle curdling that happens in yogurt making. This curdling is harsh, sudden, and it interferes with digestion. For seniors whose digestive systems are already slower and less robust, this creates bloating, discomfort, and sometimes nausea. Over time, this repeated combination can lead to what's called protein malabsorption. A study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition found that elderly individuals already have decreased efficiency in protein digestion due to reduced stomach acid and enzyme activity. Adding an unnecessary burden like lemon-induced coagulation only worsens this. And if you take calcium supplements along with milk and lemon, the absorption can be further impaired. Calcium binds with certain components in lemon, like oxalates, reducing its bioavailability. So what seems like a healthy habit could quietly be robbing your body of nutrients you desperately need. The second food to avoid mixing with lemon is cucumber. Surprising, isn't it? We often see lemon and cucumber together in detox waters, in salads, even in juices. And while the occasional combination won't cause harm, frequent and consistent mixing, especially in raw form, is not advisable for seniors. Let me explain why. Cucumbers contain a compound called cucurbitacin. This naturally occurring chemical can be hard on the stomach lining, especially in older adults. When lemon is added, its acidity can react with cucurbitacin, making the compound more active and potentially more irritating. What results is a mix that, in sensitive individuals, causes gas, bloating, and sometimes reflux. There was a clinical review in the World Journal of Gastroenterology that identified cucurbitacins as being mildly toxic to the gastrointestinal tract when consumed in large amounts or with acidic foods. Seniors are more likely to experience symptoms because of decreased production of protective stomach mucus and slower gastrointestinal motility. You may have felt it before, that uneasy bloated feeling after what seemed like a healthy salad. It wasn't the olive oil or the herbs. It was the interaction of lemon with raw cucumber, especially when taken on an empty stomach. So if you love your lemon water or lemon juice, that's perfectly fine. Just keep it separate from meals or snacks that include cucumber. Allow your body to process one without having to fight the other. Now let's talk about the third food. This one might surprise you the most. It's seafood. Yes. That squeeze of lemon over fish may seem traditional and refreshing. But for seniors, especially those with certain metabolic sensitivities, this combination needs to be approached with caution. The problem lies in two main areas. First, the interaction of lemon with certain amino acids and histamines present in seafood can trigger mild to severe allergic-like reactions. These reactions may not show up as rashes or itching. Sometimes it's as subtle as fatigue, headaches, or brain fog after a meal. Secondly, and perhaps more concerning, is the effect of lemon on mercury content. Seafood, especially larger fish, like tuna or swordfish, contain trace amounts of mercury. Normally, the body can excrete small amounts of mercury over time. But the acidic nature of lemon juice can slightly enhance the solubility of mercury in the digestive tract. This means more mercury can be absorbed than if the fish were eaten plain. A study in the Journal of Environmental Health Perspectives highlighted how acidic conditions in the gut can affect the bioavailability of heavy metals, including mercury. Seniors with reduced detoxification capacity, especially those with impaired kidney or liver function, are more vulnerable. And over time, this can affect neurological health, cognition, and memory. You may not connect a small habit like squeezing lemon over grilled fish with brain health. But every choice we make adds up, especially when repeated over months and years. Now I know what you're thinking. Does this mean I should stop using lemon altogether? Absolutely not. Lemon is still one of the best natural sources of vitamin C. It helps reduce inflammation, supports blood vessels, and can even slightly lower blood pressure. A randomized trial, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, showed that regular intake of vitamin C from natural sources, like lemon, was associated with reduced markers of inflammation in older adults. That's powerful. What matters is timing. What matters is combining it wisely. Lemon works beautifully when taken on an empty stomach with warm water in the morning. It stimulates digestion. It wakes up the liver. It supports immunity. Just keep it at least 30 to 60 minutes away from milk, cucumber, or seafood-based meals. That alone can make a dramatic difference in how your body feels and functions. Let me share something personal. Years ago, one of my patients, a retired teacher in her 70s, came to me complaining of regular bloating and fatigue. She had no major medical conditions. Her blood tests were normal, but something was off. I listened closely as she described her routine. She started every morning with lemon water, then had a glass of milk with breakfast. Sometimes she would snack on cucumber sticks with lemon and salt. She loved fish and never ate it without drenching it in lemon juice. It all seemed innocent, even healthy. But once I guided her to space out her lemon intake, avoid mixing it with the 3 foods we just discussed, and encouraged a little gentleness with her digestion, things changed. Within weeks, the bloating disappeared. Her energy returned. She said she finally felt light again. That's the power of small changes rooted in wisdom and science. And here's another truth. As we grow older, our margin for error becomes smaller. When we were young, our digestive systems could handle a bit of abuse. But now, every choice matters. Every bite has consequences. And if we can make those choices with clarity, we can protect our bodies. We can preserve our sharpness. We can maintain our strength. Lemon is not the enemy. It is a tool, a powerful one. But like all tools, it must be used properly. I invite you to listen to your body more. If you feel heavy or bloated after a certain meal, look at what you combined. If you experience fatigue after lunch or indigestion at night, trace your ingredients. Be curious. Be attentive. Because your health is not just about what you eat. It's about how you eat. It's about when you eat. It's about what you combine and how you allow your body to rest between meals. Science can guide us, but wisdom is what helps us apply it. In your journey through your 70s, 80s, or even 90s, you deserve to feel light. You deserve to digest your food without pain. You deserve to wake up each morning without that heavy feeling in your gut. And sometimes, that ease begins with something as small as knowing when not to mix lemon with milk, when not to pair it with cucumber, when to keep it away from seafood. It's not about fear. It's about freedom. The kind of freedom that comes when you give your body the respect it needs. And I promise you, when you do, your body will reward you. Let me speak to the part of you that is tired, the part that has lived through decades of diets, remedies, routines, and rituals. Maybe you've been mixing foods your whole life without realizing the toll it was taking. Maybe it wasn't until your 60s or 70s that the bloating, heaviness, and fatigue finally became impossible to ignore. I want you to know it is not too late. Your digestion may be worn down, but it is not broken. The gut is a remarkable system. It remembers damage, yes, but it also remembers healing. And when you begin to give it space, gentleness, and the right support, it responds in ways that might surprise you. The first step is spacing your meals. I know the old habit of snacking or sipping something all day feels natural, but it is one of the quietest ways we sabotage digestion. Each time we eat, the body begins a cycle of breaking down food, releasing acid, enzymes, and signaling hormones. When we constantly interrupt that cycle with grazing or unnecessary combinations, we do not allow the digestive fire to finish its work. For seniors, this becomes even more important. A study published in the journal Aging Research Reviews confirmed that aging slows gastric emptying and enzyme release. That means your body simply needs more time between meals. Start by waiting 4 to 5 hours between main meals. Give your gut time to rest and fully reset. This one change alone has helped hundreds of my patients feel lighter, more comfortable, and less foggy within a matter of weeks. Next, turn to gentle foods, the kind that ask very little of your stomach, but give a great deal in return. Cooked vegetables like carrots, pumpkin, spinach. Soft grains like oats, rice, and quinoa. Stewed fruits like apples and pears. Bone broths, if you tolerate them well, are also excellent. These foods are easier to digest because their fibers are softened and their nutrients more accessible. They help soothe the gut lining, which can often be inflamed after years of difficult food combinations. A clinical trial in nutrients in 2020 showed that a whole food, low irritant diet significantly improved digestion and reduced gut permeability in older adults within 12 weeks. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Choose warm, cooked, and soft over raw, cold, and complex. At least until your gut regains its strength. And then there are the herbs, nature's quiet healers. Fennel helps relax the gut and reduce gas. Ginger warms the stomach and improves emptying. Slippery elm coats the lining and calms inflammation. Licorice root supports the adrenal glands and reduces acid. These are not trends. These are time-tested tools that have been studied, respected, and proven. A meta-analysis in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology showed significant evidence for the role of fennel and ginger in reducing bloating and promoting gastric comfort in aging adults. Sip them as teas. Use them in your cooking. Add them slowly. Let your body guide you. You cannot undo decades in a day, but you can begin a restoration that is deeper than any single medicine can offer. You can listen. You can space. You can soften. You can heal. And when you do, you may find something you thought was gone. Peace, comfort, the quiet joy of eating without pain. Let that be your goal. Let that be your reward. Thank you for giving me your time. I hope these words don't just stay as knowledge in your mind, but turn into gentle shifts in your daily habits. Because those small shifts, carried out with care, will carry you toward a more vibrant, comfortable, and healthier life.